I am really passionate about wearing, amongst others, but not limited to. I am the president of the Kenya Economic Students. It's a privilege and honor to serve at KESA. I am also part of the founder members of our Money Clubs Kenya. Our Money Clubs was an initiative by the Ministry of Education from 2008 after the post-election violence. So we realized that, peace and conflicts, especially conflicts, does not rise from the society. There is a channel through which people become violent, all right? And we realized that these people become violent from the attributes that they get from high school. And so we realized that the most basic way to start harnessing peace amongst the young people is from high school. Because after 18 years, it's always, you do what you want. If you go to college or campus, then nobody is there to monitor you, and so it is up to your own discipline. And so we realized that the most basic way is high school. Amongst other things, I am also a child of God. I'm happy that I am also a chair of the youths in my church, and it's a fulfillment that I do with a lot of passion again. We founded a few things that I may not speak about now. I am standing here this afternoon to speak from my heart, to speak something I have done, something we continue doing, and something that will hopefully help you, and something that the EDS team led by Mr. Immaculate here have seen that it is very paramount that the friends here seated in here this afternoon gets to hear and hopefully build and benefit your life from thereafter. And maybe if you allow me, I will try mix Kiswahili and English so that we all blend in to see how best we can go. Moses, the last thing he said here is that when you eat with your elders, you must wash up. You must? Why? Have you ever thought that when a child, guests are in the house, mtoto anaambiwa kaa kando kidogo, tutakuita baadaye, si ndio? Is it true? Yeah? Why is it that way? Because maybe the manners are not right. Maybe the clothes are not right. Maybe the child generally may be dirty. There are few things that constitutes that. But maybe when the child washes up, literally as we take it, maybe when they clean up, they'll be more presentable, more neat than what they have not been there. And so, because we are going to focus from a biblical perspective of digital marketing, and this afternoon I've been tasked to talk about building capacity and skills, I'll start by referring all of us to the book of Proverbs 18 and 15, and my Bible tells me that an intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. And so this afternoon and the whole of today, we are going to be the intelligent heart that acquires knowledge, and we are going to be the ear that seeks knowledge. My mentor tells us that an ear planted on an ignorant head is a big liability to the wearer. So whatever you consume with your ear, whatever you consume with your eye, whatever you consume with whatever thing you take in your body, not necessarily the food, the information you take in, the stories you have, are things that you consume, and they affect how you reason, they affect how you think, and they affect whatever you do. And so the Bible, number one, which forms the first statement that I've made in Proverbs 18:15, that an intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and an ear does what? An ear of the wise. The word is the wise. Not every other person has an ear that seeks to listen from knowledge. And I want to refer you to the story of Jesus. When Jesus was a young boy, just, how many years was that? 12 years? He went to the church. Sindio? Now, when he went there, the story said that Jesus got lost. And when he was found conversing with, senior elders of the church. Let me ask you, what is a 12 years old doing with elders of the church? Asking them questions. An ear of the wise seeks knowledge. And it is said Jesus went to become one of the most wise person. Now that is where I want to begin with. For us to build capacity, for us to build skills, number one thing, then we then must distinguish that there is a very big difference between marketing, there's a very big difference between branding, and there's a very big difference between capacity building. Mine is to talk about capacity building and skills. For marketing, and I see most of us young people go on social media and you post something and expect that we are going to get thousands of likes and views. It is process. Branding takes place the whole time. Your whole life is branding, and that is why today, despite having the president of Kenya, you see him still post whatever he does on social media. Branding is a lifetime thing. You know, even the people who are the most celebrities, look at Barack Obama, you know, retired president, they still do that which they want us to see from their social media. And they still take part in events. Why? They're still branding themselves. It is a lifetime thing. Now, capacity building and building skills. And for the next now 15 minutes, that is what I'm going to talk about. And I believe that we are going to walk step by step. And at whatever point I may be fast, I will pardon. Now, number one, you cannot consume mediocrity from Monday to Saturday and expect to spit wisdom on a Sunday. Can you? And that is where we are starting. Your network and the mentors you work with are very important in you building capacity. Now, when Immaculate was speaking here, I heard her clearly saying, one of my mentors, Dr. George Shihuri. You cannot consume mediocrity from people in the internet. You cannot consume mediocrity from the celebrities we all look into, then expect that by Sunday you will spit wisdom. It has never happened. The number one thing is your network. Number two thing are the mentors you have. Look, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot be in authority if you've never been under authority. All right? So at the very moment you lack mentorship, at the very moment you lack somebody to guide you, then at no point will you ever guide somebody else. And if your guidance is from people who are doing mediocrity, then it is the same mediocrity you're consuming from Monday to Saturday. Don't expect to spit out wisdom on a Sunday. And today I see most of us young people go to content creation, niko TikTok, natafuta pesa. It's well and good. I don't say there is no money in TikTok. What I'm saying, what are you doing in TikTok? What are you doing on Instagram? What are you doing on Facebook? What are you doing on whatever that social media platform is? And I see, and the unfortunate thing today is that, you know, our kids are on holiday and we are a Gen Z generation and we are all on social media, and whatever we do in social media, I see, I get saddened. And today we are saying that you need to then build capacity and build your skills so that the you who is here today will not be the same you who is here after today. Who is your network? And we are putting this in the biblical perspective. Who is your network? If today I'd ask that my friend or my brother, who are the first 5 people you consider your network, other than your family? I know your family is your first network and your first social support system, but other than family, who is the first person you consider as your network? Oh, the first just 5 people, okay? Or better still, let me bring it down and ask, there is that small circle, nasema, this is my inner circle. Who are the first 5 people you may refer to? What in common do you share? What can they help you? What value do they add into that which you do? What value do you add into that which they do? Network. It goes without saying that your network is your net worth. And if you have 4 people who are millionaires, then definitely you are the 5th millionaire. If 4 of your friends are fools, then you are the 5th fool, exceedingly and abundantly the most foolish of them all. You're wondering why? If 4 people can make you the 5th fool, then you've taken the foolishness of all the 4, and now you're the most foolish of them all. But if 4 people are millionaires here, then it means the 5th millionaire must be the exceeding millionaire of them all. You've realized how all the 4 people made their money. Simple as that. So the network you refer to helps in the most basic way. Let's take an example of the Wi-Fi password we were given here. Now there is Wi-Fi. That's Wi-Fi network. Sindio? It has, most of us have logged in. I've logged in. I logged in and want to check if it's working. I'm sorry to say that. And it's working. Nimona, it's a 5G network. And so, Mr. Thank you very much for ensuring that we are connected to the internet. The network that we are using today exposes that which we are doing today. And you see, this is now being broadcasted live. There are people who are receiving this information at the comfort of their seats and homes. And they'll be reviewing this. And you can also review this post today. What am I trying to insinuate? The network that you have today is a mirror of where you're looking at to be tomorrow. Bwana sifiwe. I'm reminded that I'm in the church. So once in a while again, the concussions of the spirit world may get me. So you cannot have net worthless people and expect to be a man full of network. And when I talk of network, we have the social network. We have the academic network for those who are in school. We have different kinds of network. But those that you keep close as your network is a reflection of the type of person you're going to be tomorrow. And I say that you cannot be in authority and if you've never been under authority. The mentors come in handy at that time. And I hear many of us, you'd say, by the way, Maisha, I'm the own architecture of my life. It's okay, it's well and good, you're the own architecture of your life, but can you work a whole building yourself? Can you? From foundation to the rooftop? You cannot. You cannot. So as much as you're the architecture of your life and destiny, we thank God for that, you must then need people to help you walk this journey of life that you're constructing. That is where the mentors come in. And let me tell you profoundly, good men and women seated here, that if you have no mentors, then it's high time you start thinking of one. And if you have no mentors, then I compare you to a black man in a black room looking at a black lady and expecting something to happen. Nothing will happen. And so the mentors in our life act as a reflection of the people we are developing to be. Remember, I said the network we have in our life is a reflection of where we are headed. Mshaona Beza Jaba? We are young people. Mshaona Beza Jaba? Beza Jaba, mnazijua? What happens in this area? Inaanzanga na mtu moja. Anaeka bench. Anakaa, anaanza kuchana. Anachana. Then all of a sudden, the next person joins him voluntarily. Avurutuangi atiwe kuja voluntarily. Then what happens? Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, sijui atafika ngapi. Then inakuwa base. Alafu anaandika sisi ni XYZ base. They formed a network voluntarily without anybody pushing them to become who they are. What is the network? Network of people who wanachana mira pamoja. Kweli uongo. They do whatever thing they do together. So the person that you consider your network, again, is a reflection of where yourself would likely be found. All right? And this is very basic. And I'm giving the story of Watuajaba not because I look down upon no one. No, I'm just giving a scenario that happens many a times in life. If you get associated with them, or if you want, it's always voluntarily, but in the long run, you find yourself in the same line. Are we together? The mentors. A mentor is somebody who tries to make you think in a particular way. Is somebody who tries to make you see things differently other than the way you see them. Spiritual mentors. Professional mentors. General life mentor. Other than your parent or guardian being your mentor, it is high time you receive or get a mentor if you don't have one. All right? And I'm saying that a mentor is a reflection of yourself in the mirror. What you think, what does your mentor say about it? Do you have conversations? All right? And so for you to build capacity, you now need to start by reflecting yourself. I'm not saying anyone is perfect here, but I'm saying is that we can start striving and building towards perfection by starting looking who is around me. And we are reminded in the Bible that, Jesus was a very, the story of Jesus teaches us a lot. Jesus was, I'd say funny, at the age of 12, unaenda kufanya nini na wazee? Kanisa, what are you going to do with the others in the church? We've said Proverbs 18:15, a wise person seeks knowledge. An ear of the wise seeks knowledge. The key word is wise. So ask yourself, are you wise? Number 2, building capacity and skills. Number 2, there is something called the gifts of life. The gift of life, because there are things that life has given us voluntarily. There are things that you're given free. And if I'd ask the gifts of life that we have today, number 1, I'd say time. Is it true? Some people would say the air we breathe. That's okay. Some people would say very many things, but the gifts of life, I classify and consider them into 3 major things. Number 1 is the time. There is no part of the world that has 24 hours, there is no part of the world that has 25 hours. We all share 24 hours for one day. We all share 365 days in a year. We all share 30 days in a month or 31 days, depending on the month. Time. Energy is number 2. God in his own wisdom gave each and every one of us after creation energy. Okay? God in his own wisdom gave each and every one of us energy to do whatever thing you want. Number 3 is skills. Skills. There are skills that you have naturally. Do you know that? Naturally. You're just passionate about this thing. You don't know how it came to be. You're just passionate about this thing, naturally. And we say that even if you didn't go to school, there's something you've learned just naturally. And if you want me to give you an example, look at back in the village, my village, for example, people do fishing naturally. And they're very good fishermen. And they do that perfectly well. Today, I went to school, but I cannot do fishing as good as they do. It's a skill they've learned naturally. Why have I mentioned these 3 things? Time, energy, and skills. Number 1, there are skills that you need to adapt for you to build capacity. For you to build capacity, you just don't need to be seated there and listen to mentors or say, now because my network is 5 million, definitely I'm the 4th million. As you do that, number 2 thing that you must do is build skills. And for the skills here, I'm talking about both the soft and hard skills. And why am I saying this? There is time, there is energy, and there is skills. Now, the set of skills that you need to have should be diverse. Okay? And let me tell you something. Gentlemen and ladies, in the table of greatness, I thank God I've sat with a few great men and women in Kenya and even in the world today. In the table of greatness, your value is vetted. The value that you bring on that table must be vetted before you sit. The value that you bring must be vetted before you sit. And so, for you to cultivate the capacity you want to see in yourself, for you to build the skills, then you must ensure that you exploit time, you exploit energy, you exploit skills for you to ensure that that which you want is achieved. These 3 are God-given naturally. And it's a question I ask myself and I ask my friends. That number 1, what do you do with the 24 hours? It's a simple question, but it's a very critical one. What do you do with the energy throughout the day? Now, let me give you an example of how our schedule has been from Wednesday. All right? From Wednesday, we've been at Eldama Ravine, okay? Then on Thursday, we were at Kabarak University. Then yesterday, we were having 3 different meetings in 3 different counties. From morning in Nairobi, then we went to Kajiado, then we went to Kiambu, okay? And now we are telling ourselves that now, Everglow Digital Solutions, we need to be there in the morning. And so when we got home at 11, we were like, hey, tutafika. And we said, the number one thing that you must then do as you seek to capacity build is to network and do what? Find mentors. I am learning. You are learning. In such forums is where we capacity build, is where we network, and where we find what? Mentors. Bwana sifiwe. If you're happy and you know, say amen. 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 You're happy, and that is why we are here. We're keeping on learning. The time you have for the 24 hours in a day, the energy you have is up to you to see. And you see, the universe is very fair. The universe gives you all these three things, and God in his own wisdom gave each and everyone energy. Our energy levels might be different, but you have your own energy. You have your own time. You have that passionate skills you have. Whatever then you do with it is up to you. But my idea is to try share with you, then what can we then do with these three things so that we can capacity build and we can hone the skills that we have. Number one thing, keep on learning. Keep on learning. Keep on learning. Learn to the extent that even if you don't learn, you are learning. What do I mean? Look at the story of, again, I'm making reference to the Bible. Look at the story of Jesus again. Now, Jesus is growing and the father is a carpenter. And people are like, hi, how come the father of a Messiah is a carpenter? But he's learning. Is he only learning carpentry? No, he's not. He's learning, amongst other things, that which brought him on the face of the earth. That which you are learning now, exceed there. Learn. Today we are talking about digital literacy, marketing, and I have mentioned at the start that there is a very broad perspective of digital marketing that we all then need to understand. Every day, just wake up, text Immaculate, text anybody, tell him, get me a link on YouTube, I need to do this, I need to learn. Branding. Capacity building. What are we doing? What are we proceeding on? So number one, keep on learning. Very key. Very key. Very key. Number two, keep on honing your skills. Keep on honing your skills. Keep on honing your skills. There are a set of skills that we all have, very different set of skills. Keep on honing those skills. In whatever thing that you do, let me tell you this, and this is something very true. Anybody can take away everything from you. They can steal you, you can be kidnapped, all those very many bad scenarios. But there is one thing that nobody can take away from you, that is the knowledge you have. The skills that you obtain. And that is why, again, in reference to the Bible, Joseph, after being sold to whatever brothers, whatever country was sold in, he gets to a point where the king needs his skill to translate a dream. And if you can refer to that, the king said, if I read my Bible well, that then you are the best person, the wisest person to translate my dream. And after that, he gets promoted to the prime minister. Your skills can make you get promoted to levels that you did not imagine, only if you hone them and stay true to them. Don't be, today you're here, tomorrow you're here, today you're here, tomorrow you're here. Can you try focus on something that you're passionate about? In the sidelines, yes, do very many other things, but there's this thing you're really passionate about, and bring God at the center of it all, and hone that skill to the very end. Bwana sifiwe. Honing your skills. Very important. Very important. Now, the time, the energy we have brings me to the third thing that I'm saying, can we have an holistic development? Holistic growth and development. Now, let me ask this question to the crowd. Today, for those who are blessed to have families, and I'm seeing a small baby behind. For those who are blessed to have families, and we thank God for that, at the very moment a child is born, what happens? People come, congratulations, congratulations. We bring you gifts. Ndio. We bring you a lot of gifts and we send you very many congratulations messages. True or false? If this child, in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, the child cannot speak, the child cannot walk, the child has no teeth, what happens now? Will you want to get associated with this child? No, even if you are the uncle, just tell me the truth. Would you want to get associated? A sincere opinion, would you? Very no. A very big no. It's true. We are not lying. Why? There is no growth, there is no development on this child. And even if the child is now sick, tunasema ni mzigo ya familia yake na mama yake na babake and whoever is concerned. Why? There is no growth, there is no development on this particular child. And so whatever you're going to do with your time, energy and skills, you're going to ensure that you grow and you're going to ensure that you develop. Are we together? The growth and development is very important in whatever thing you're going to do in life. And let me tell you, there is no one who is an orphan like failure. There is no one who is an orphan like failure. Ladies and gentlemen, no one is an orphan like failure. Today, just try failure, go back to life and feel like, just say, you will see how many people want to get associated with you. Close to zero. Even your own parents. You think I'm lying? They say your parent has your best interest at heart, but the very moment they feel you're disappointing, then even your mom or dad or your guardian wanasema, huyu ametuchosha. Can you then grow? Seek to grow. Seek to develop yourself every other day, every other time. What are you doing to grow? You have your time, you have your energy. Whatever you do with it, the world will see. And I say every day that there is no best place to be than to be successful. Do you know once you're successful, then everybody wants to get associated with you. So we say failure is a total orphan, success is a parent of all. Okay? So you see people get successful and everybody celebrates them. But there is a question, what is success? What is success? What is success? It's a question maybe I would love to tackle later, the next 5 minutes. The third and the last thing that I'm going to say, then, for you to build capacity, there are 3 major questions that you then need to ask yourself. Number 1, what is your claim? What is your claim? What is your claim? Today, Immaculate and the team spearhead Everglow Digital Solutions. Myself and the team at KESA spearhead KESA. What is your claim? My claim is that we are spearheading an economics association. My claim is that we are spearheading a church youth initiative. My claim is that I'm spearheading mimi ndio foreman kwa site. My claim is that that which you think you're doing, that is your claim. Today you're in school and I see most of us young people again, we go to school and we are like, yes, I am an economist. That is your claim. I'm also an economist. That is your claim. You've made a claim. Number 2, can you implement that claim? Can you? So the second thing that we are going to look is if you can implement that claim. Yes, you are an economist. Yes, you are a digital marketer. Yes, you are this and this, but can you implement that claim? There's a difference between claiming and implementing. Number 3, how easy can you be replaced in the claim that you made? How easy can you be replaced? How easy can you be replaced? Yes, today you said, you are a digital trainer, you're a digital marketer, you're building capacity, you are this and this. But if somebody else would show up for that same job that you do, how easily can you be replaced? And so you must then build capacity to a level where nobody can think of replacing you. And the day you decide to leave, then your whole can never be replaced. Capacity. What will help you build that capacity? The skills you've gained here. You've claimed you have the skill, correct? You can implement that skill, very good. how well can you implement that skill to ensure that you're not replaceable at the place of work, in whatever you do. Okay? And as I wind, there is something that I may not leave without sharing with us. Something called financial literacy. It's very important. I won't mention it in entirely. Financial literacy. And people think finances are money, people think, and Pastor and our bishop said here, Pastor, that, people confuse wealth with finance. But financial literacy starts in the mind, ladies and gentlemen. In the mind. Can you plan with that which you think you have? Then can you plan with that which you have? How well can you use it? In building capacity and skills, can you plan with that which you have? How well do you use that which you have? Then finally, all this that I've talked about cannot be a success if your health and well-being are not guaranteed. So in building capacity and skills, the number one priority must always be yourself. All right? Must always be yourself. We say that you speak to the man or the woman on the mirror. Is your well-being catered for? Is your health catered for in that which you're doing? If it is, please press at it. We say that if that which you're doing is not a reflection of how you'd want somebody else to do it, then you're not doing it well. We say excellence is left for people, but as long as you're doing something better than you think you did it last time, then you are in the right path. Bwana sifiwe. And as I take my seat, it is my honor and privilege to be here. But one of the last statements I'm going to make while I'm standing here is that as you live here, my definition of success brings me my small word. If you ask me what is success, I'll tell you fulfillment. Fulfillment. That which you do, are you fulfilled? Is it fulfilling? Yeah? Are you fulfilled? Is it fulfilling? And somebody else would ask me, then how then do you attain fulfillment? My basic ways of attaining fulfillment, if I inspire you and you inspire me, then that is fulfillment for me. So what am I saying? My basic definition of success is inspiring you to inspire me back. If today we are learning here, in a couple of months later, whatever we used to learn here, you use it to inspire me and inspire others, for me that's success. If you stepped into an environment today and walked out of that environment, living it differently than you found it, for me that's success. And so fulfillment is very key. And as I go and step back, a story is told of a man who went down the ditch, and when they went down the ditch, a mining ditch, all right? And it's a true story, happened in Migori County. When they went down the ditch, people, no one was there, the mine was left, and every other person was not there. So the first person came after very many days. This guy was starving. After very many days, he had footsteps. People were walking. And so he said, help me, help me. When the person came, looked down and said, pan, hapo siwezi ingia. He took out a note and pen and said, I am a doctor. If you get out, I'll treat you for free. And dropped him the note. So a few other days, the next person came in and he had footsteps. And he said, help me again, help me. When he went down, he saw, hey, someone is there. And so he also took out a note and a pen. And he said, I am a lawyer. When you get out, just call me. We will sue the people who left this mine open. So this guy knew my days are over in this world. So he just started praying to God, Mungu nitie nguvu nimalize mwendo. Those days that things are done for you and you start asking for forgiveness. You tell God, this is what I did, this is how I did it, God forgive me. And so he had another last footstep. And he was so tired, he couldn't even scream. There is no water in the body, there is no energy in the body. And he said, help me. You know, that he gathered all the strength and said, help me, but it couldn't also be heard up there. So when this guy came, he looked down, and this guy looked up. He looked down again, and this guy looked up. And there was communication with the eye, a deeper sense of communication. And this guy saw there is need. So this gentleman who was up here went down the same mine. And when he reached down, this man who was trapped told him, how foolish are you? We are now trapped, the two of us down here. And then he told him, no, I have been down the same mine. I know the way out. And gladly helped him out. What am I trying to say, ladies and gentlemen? As you build capacity, as you hone your skills, always ensure that in whatever that you do, you assist and work with everybody out. The skills that you are honing, the information that you're getting today. And I'm not saying that, you know, whatever information that you get today, you go and use it. I know there is 1, 2, 3 important information that you've gotten here today, that is which you're going to use today. So as you live here today, endeavor to take somebody out of the drains and up to the mines. Bwana asifiwe. And if that is not enough, be like Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, one of the greatest, he says that if you cannot fly, you run. If you cannot run, you walk. If you cannot walk, you crawl. But in whatever you do, ensure that you move forward. Thank you very, very much. My name is Victor Kimomo. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. It was such a powerful session. Who is your mentor? Who is your mentor? We have a family, but outside the family, who is your mentor? Write your mentor. Just pick a book, write your mentor. And then outline venye mnasaidiana na yeye. Are you benefiting from him? Is he benefiting from you? If you don't have a mentor, just look at me. Maybe as we continue the session, you are going to come up with a mentor. An intelligent person acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks out. As we seek capacity, and as we continue building capacity, how ready are we to receive knowledge? I said this last month, this month, at the beginning, on 1st and 2nd, I was part of the team in the Global Leadership Summit. And Dr. Julius said that the first change, that as leaders, as we plan to change our members and as we plan to change ourselves, the first change is in the mind. Bwana asifiwe. The first change is in the mind. I can come, give you something. What do you love? Yeah, you. Sorry? Bags. Anapenda bag. What do you love? You love? Okay, all of us have something we love, but she loves bag. So nikimletea bag, hii sipendi. This one no. Why? Because she had already developed the love in the mind. Hello? Sinkweli? She had already developed the love in the mind. For me, if hata kama sitalipwa, but I'll always learn to empower people. Even if I'm not paid, there is one thing I can work even without payment. Even if I'm not paid, I'll ensure I'll train someone to be empowered. That is one of the things I can learn even if I'm not paid. Because of this, we are recommending people to jobs watu wanakosa kudeliver. Si kweli? Yeah, Dad, hi. Like, atasema something concerning that people are being employed. We are getting jobs, but because you cannot deliver, you are employed. You are deployed from the job. You are coming again, like, haujasikia mahali. Kesa calls for ambassadors, and you are like, wananisumbua. You forgot that there is a platform to brand yourself and to build yourself. Hope you are speaking. Sindo? Like, forums are prepared on Thursday. How many received a call concerning today's event and they are here? You received a call concerning event ya Saturday. Okay. On Saturday, I made an initiative. We had a WhatsApp group. On Thursday, I made calls. I called 84 people. I still have the file. But your time, called various fellows, involved their presence today and the expectations. And based on what they were saying, we will come, this and this will be happening. And maybe tutakam late, nitakam mapema. But someone said, I don't have the registration fee. I asked the person, are you willing to come? Yes, I'm willing to come. Nitakuja. Aya, okay, come here. You just come, you will meet me. I'll sort you. Now, kept waiting for the guy to come. Akuja. This is how we miss things. You are called somewhere, you are like, kwani nanisaidia aje? But you're forgetting one thing. That's a platform to build yourself. Last September 29th, we conducted another workshop by Bazaar Plaza. Nani alikuwa? Bazaar Plaza, Moyev, Grace was there. Moses was there. David was there. I was there. Who else? Okay. Out of that, those that came for the training, we also do other workshops on the digital platform, and we do them virtually. Most clients that came to the workshop, we are giving them training and consultancy at very fair cost, and some of them we're even going to their premises, work premises, on how they can boost themselves and on how they can build themselves. Why? Because they came for that one. Sasa mwenye hakuja, utamwambia aje? That is what we are learning. I've been so keen to ensure that as I rise and as we rise with people that want to rise. But the challenge is, unashikwa mkono, but ukifika pale unaona unasumbuliwa. Moses can attest to that. We are bringing people, tunabeba mtu, but twende mali fulani nitakupatia fare, na ya kurudi nitakupatia. You get a fare for someone, mwende na yeye. Siku ya kwenda hayuko. Naona twende unaambia mtu kuna kitu fulani, twende, you'll be given the platform, you'll be given this, do it to your level best. Then you are like, hata kulikuwa kuna bo, it wasn't worth it. But now you have to make it worth it yourself. Praise God. That Jesus grew in wisdom and stature. Alikuwa katika hekima na kimo. That is Luke chapter 2 verse 52. Every point you have to ensure you are growing. And one of the way to keep growing, it's growing in the biblical way and growing to know God more than ever before. You are training young men to grow, not just to grow ukwe millionaire ama ukwe billionaire, but also grow knowing God. Hello? Samson said, Solomon, I have counted all, alisema hivi, that without Jesus, it's all vanity. What shall benefit a man if he gets the whole world and loses his own soul? We brag of so many people, we have the great men in Kenya and abroad that you have sat together. But that one is hardly thin. That one won't count. But what will count? At the end, Paul says, I've finished the race. What awaits me is the crown. Will you be given that crown? I'm calling upon us, we search ourselves. As we invite Immaculate, search yourself na ujiulize, sahi nini unaweza fanya bila kulipo? There is one thing. And how far have I grown? Every day, today, last week, maybe you are on another seminar, another workshop. Today, you are here. Tomorrow, it's on Sunday, you go to church. Next week will be somewhere else. So every day, something is deposited in you. Every day, something is deposited. Every day, it's deposited. But is it working? Kila siku unapewa kitu. Unapewa. Unajaziwa, inajazwa. Lakini, are we growing? Are we benefiting ourselves? That's why I'm saying, every day we keep on dreaming. Nikeza pewa thou, naweza fanya hivi. Nikeza pata hiyo 100 bob, naweza fanya hivi. But have you taken time to know how to get it and how to ensure I have multiplied? The plan of God to man is man to multiply. Multiply in all aspects of life that are related to God. As we do the digital talent, we call it as a digital talent in Everglow. This is the point. We want to bring in a community that is diverse, to know God and to be empowered economically. That is all that's the main thing. Now, many things have been said. Now, as we welcome Immaculate, she's our CEO, she's my boss, visionary, youth leader, mentor, passionate about empowering fellow young individuals, through impactful public speeches on youth empowerment and leveraging social media. She educates and inspires young entrepreneurs. Nani ako na biashara? Who has a business or who thinks of a side hustle? If you have a business, kama uko na biashara ina mkono. Okay, just stand and advertise your business. Yeah, you stand, you advertise your business. Usimame, tuambie biashara yako inacheza nini? Kuja na hadi na sample. Just come. I stand. Hapa tu, kuja tu. Yeah. Okay. Come.
Good afternoon. Yes, I am Eric Tatus from GK Watch. I'm proud to be here. Yeah, thankful to Immaculate for organizing this event. So far, I have learned a lot. I make soap and also train people to make the soap. Now, the making soap, it is related to my course because I am undertaking Bachelor of Science in Analytical Chemistry. So all things associated with chemicals, I can learn and go to the extent of making them. Now I'm focusing about making the soap and also training the people. Sometimes that is after my campus life. I will go further and put my small industry of soap making to serve the community and to serve the community and also to train people how to make it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. My name is Stephanie Angel, and my business is I bake cakes and I deliver. Yeah, I started it earlier this year. I bake at home, and I'm hoping to grow and advance and have a shop, a physical shop.
That's so nice. Thank you for the soap. That soap reminds me a lot. Immaculate as you come. On February, we are presenting that hand wash, the hand wash soap. Now, God has been so faithful. God has been so faithful in that. Na sabuni imebarikiwa.
I'm sorry I'm hijacking the program.
It's okay.
How are you? It's good to be here. We may wish to take our leave, but I'm not here to announce that. It's very imprudent of announcing that. What you want to do is appreciate Immaculate. You know, such an event does not happen overnight. It takes an eagle's eye to make every other preparation in time. So actually, what you want to do is just give Immaculate something very, very small to keep on inspiring her. She had mentioned she's reading a book, right? Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert T. Kiyosaki. I think one of my first books in high school. I read it in high school very many years ago. And so we want to give her more books to continue reading, all right? And so maybe Moses, if you may, we'd appreciate. Thank you very, very much. Thanks. We'll appreciate this. So as we award her, if you appreciate Immaculate as we do, just clap for her. If you cannot, just smile back. We'll appreciate. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Nice. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Asante sana. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Kesa. We appreciate for the gift. Now, keep reading. Na Mungu ataendelea kwa upande wetu. This is what I was saying. That on February I was presenting that detergent, the hand wash, at Catholic University. Now, you are with Immaculate. Now, one of the things we learn that yenye haujaanza unangoja nini? That which you have not started, you need to start. And that thing will take you to places. So, that is it. Karibu.
Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him better as he led us well. Are we okay? Ama tumechoka? Are we tired? Not yet. So who is not tired like me? Who is not tired like me? So we can do even 6 sessions today, right? Yeah, sure. So I want to take this opportunity also to thank you also for the time that you are here and also taking the initiative to listen. Now you guys have learned a lot. I'm even wondering, should I add or subtract? And because I can't subtract, I will only add, yeah? Because you have really learned a lot, and it's a chance for us to know that building structures is very important. Also building rapport. Here you are, not because you are called, yeah? I've seen that you are never called to come for this event, but I thank God, because when I went to JQuat, I met Precious Hearts, and I told them that we have an event, and they came. And so I just want to take this initiative, this time to appreciate you for coming. It was really nice to see you next, and also to see you another time. It was amazing to see you also still advertising your business. You're going far, Mr. Man. Yeah, so I also want to take this chance to appreciate Kesa for holding my hand. They've been so precious to me, and they have really empowered me. Sometimes when I feel down, and I'm like, wow, should I continue or should I do what? When I look at them, I say that I'm still pursuing to become what I want to become, because there are people who are holding my back. If they were not them, I remember when I went to Kisumu, I was really asking myself, should I go to Kisumu or not? But they gave me a chance to speak to a very great audience. They also gave me a chance to go to Kyoya and present myself. I didn't know even Victor noticed me, and even that is one thing I was telling my my assistant, that I didn't know that Victor saw me in that event. I was even wondering, Mr. Sir, how did you see me? But by the grace of God, he was able to identify me. And when I applied to be a guest speaker in the event, I remember that he did the initiative and really hosted me as a guest. And I really thank you, Kesa, for also holding my hand. They have also been a great impact to me. They have connected me to a lot of companies and a lot of partners that we're going to host more events with. Unfortunately, that this event could not turn up all of us, but we pray next event that is coming that will still come and will be more and more people. As we usher in Benihin, who is coming on the way, I would want you, as the power of what you have learned to this point, that building a relationship is very important. Have you discovered that? Have you discovered that? That if you have not built relationship, what will happen? That you'll do what? Even if you have a good business, you'll not be able to succeed. But when you build relationship with people, you are able to know and you're able to structure well in terms of the business that you are doing. So today, I don't want to talk, I don't want to take a lot of time to speak, because I know that some few minutes have been spent. We're even spending some time to take your lunch time. But one thing that I will still encourage you is, whatever thing that you are into, please don't stop. Okay, please don't stop. If there's something that you have not started, please continue doing it. Why? Because there's a reason for you to start whatever you are starting right now, or whatever you plan to start. There's no limit for anything in this world. Maybe you want to become an innovator, yeah? So there's no limit for what you want to achieve in life. I want just to give you some few points about why business fail and why sometimes our businesses fail. Because this is one thing that I've really discovered. In the morning, I was not motivated enough. But I asked myself, what is motivating me to come in this meeting? But it is because of the impact that we're making to generation. So I want to give you some notes about why businesses fail, and then we'll be able to take it out from the digital entrepreneurship. One is 2% of business fail because of legal problem. We find ourselves into the legal problems. Maybe you have not registered your business. Maybe you have not inquired with the KRA and known what does KRA do. We start businesses, but we don't know how the legal part go. So we find ourselves into the hands of of the legal because you have not been able to practice what you're supposed to practice. So it is very important for you as a business startup, or as you start your business today or tomorrow, you are able to do what? To understand what are the legal documents that I'm supposed to have as a business. Am I supposed to have the business registration name? Am I supposed to have a KRA? Am I supposed to have filing my taxes and every day? It is very important as businesses, because that is one thing that really got me into problems, because I was not even filing my tax. So it is very important as a business. Don't just start a business and then hide it on your what? On your bedroom. Yeah, even if you're doing it online, it is very important for you to register your business. Go and register your business name. It's not very expensive. Sacrifice your small child and that thing that you are doing, yeah, for you to register it. It's around 1,200 or 1,100 for you to get a business name for your business. It is good for you to have a KRA. It is 950 as I've been told, yeah? It is 950. So register that business so that someone else cannot go and register it again, yeah? It is very effective for you. Another thing is 2% of the businesses fail because of the operations problem. Yeah, operations problem. That business, you'll find that today you do your business well, tomorrow you're not doing your business well. Tomorrow, after hiyo siku ingine, as our president has said, is that you wake up and do another strategy. You wake up and ask yourself, should I continue with digital marketing or should I go to another area? That is one thing that I really suffered in my business, that I didn't know the operations of my business. I didn't know how to strategize my business into a good way. So operations problem are very they make the businesses fail. So make sure that anything that is operational, is it funding, is it cash flow, is it people who are supposed to work with you, you are able to have great initiatives. Another thing that fail is 6% of them fail because of tech problems. Maybe you're not on social media, maybe you're not embracing technology, maybe you don't know how even a website is created, and you are here as you're a young person, and online platforms are there for us to learn and to enable us to understand what does technology has for us as young people. Another thing is 16% of businesses fail because of financial problem. Financial problem. Maybe you are here, you are saying that, oh, I don't want to start my business because I don't have money. I remember I met a lady in Jekwat. She's called Amina, and I told her, Amina, what are you suffering? She was asking me, where can I get funding to fund my small business? I told her, what are you doing? She told me she's doing chicken rearing. I told her, do you know that you don't need money for you to start that business? She told me, how immaculate? And I told her, yes, it is. That you can do what? You can do a business without what? Without money. But some of the business fail because of financial problems, okay? So let not your business fail because of the financial problems. Always look for substitute in your business to empower the main business, yeah? As you are starting business, maybe you are wondering, should I do chicken business? Should I do selling of that soap? Should I do? Substitute it, sell the training, sell the soaps, let other people understand about it so that you can be able to build up on your business. Then 34%, which is the biggest percent, is lack of product market. We don't product market our products. We put ourselves there, but tukipewa chance ya kujimarket manze, hawezi jimarket. Unaenda pale unaambiwa, please let us know about your products, and you're like, oh, me, I do hairdressing, and you are wondering, this person has been given a chance even to advertise themselves. They don't do nice product market, and that is the biggest part. 34% is product market. They don't market their products. So it is very effective for you to understand, how can I market my product so that I can be able to do what? To get into the market. Are you able to network with people and tell them about your products? Are you able to tell people, when you go to forums in chat, are you able to tell people, what are you doing? Are you able to engage with people and tell them, this is what I do, this is what I do, and this is what I do? It is very effective for you as a startup, because if you want to go far, you don't move alone, you move with people. So maybe you can also connect with people who are also doing bakery in your school and let them understand, what can we do to make sure that the bakery interest is making it or is doing better. So it is going to be an effective way for you to to build up and to build strategies. You can also Google online, look at what is happening on the online platforms and build up from there. You don't have just to have the understanding of what you are taught in school. You have to open up your mind for you to understand what is basically enough for me to stir up this business that I'm starting. It is not about what you know, it is about what can you do so that you can be able to build up from there. Then another thing is what is a business? A business is something that, and I talked about that when I was standing here, something that meets a need. Is your business meeting a need? Is it meeting a need of your neighbor? Is it meeting a need of someone else somewhere? So if you have a business that's not meeting needs for people, that means you're not in business. You're just riding off. Yeah. So you need to have a business that is really what? That is really solving or meeting a need for people. And then another thing, you remove you're removing a problem for people. Like the people who have created Uber. Yeah, that means that someone can travel from anywhere to here. Someone who have created these social media platforms for us to be going on live. It is because they have seen a pinpoint somewhere, they have seen a problem somewhere, and they're trying to solve that. And then that it is dealing with inconvenience. Let their product deal with the inconvenience of people. Have you discovered there's a problem in the community? Have you discovered there's a gap in the community? You are dealing with inconvenience. Like right now, you need an umbrella for you to move in this rain. So that person he was dealing, when he was creating umbrellas or when he was manufacturing umbrellas, what was he doing? He was dealing with a inconvenience of us not working on the rain tuacha kukua rent on. So it is very important that our businesses that are going to deal with inconveniences in our local market and the big market. Then how can we be able to build? Hope you are getting those notes. How can we be able to build? From now we understand what is business. We understand what makes us to fail as a business. Now the other point is asking your question is ways of building this business. How can I build my business? And I talked about it. I talked about cost differentiation. What is your cost? Are your costs too much for people to come for your products? All right? Are your pricing so low to make people not what? Buy your products. So it is very important for you to understand the cost differentiation. Then another thing, are you different in the business? How different are you in the other business? That you are able to differentiate that Maxwell is dealing with nyanya in the town, but how different are you that you are able to sell yourself into the market? Okay? Bwana asifiwe. Are we hearing? Nasikia? Najua nakuwa na sauti naweza fikisha huko kwa barabara. So I know I have a lot of voice. I'm very young and I have good voices. All right. Then we have marketing. Sorry, before marketing we have the value proposition of your product. How valuable is your product? How valuable is whatever you are selling to your clients? Are you able to package yourself in a way that people are going to get you into the market or they are going to buy from you? All right? Then another thing is about marketing. Are you able to market yourself into the social media platforms? Are you able to market yourself and make sure that people understand what you are really selling? So it is very effective for you to understand what? To understand marketing. As long as you are in business, usiseme digital marketing si yangu, usiseme sales and marketing si yangu, usiseme data sio yangu. You have to understand and you have to learn about marketing at all angles. Then, what is your customer relationship? How is your customer relationship to other people? Are you able to relate with your customers well? Ama wewe ni ule mse client akikupigia unamuuliza unasema nini? I remember there's a place I was teaching about customer communication or customer care communication, and I asked them, how do you respond on your calls? And they told me, to not respond to respond, but it is not like that. We have to understand how are we able to respond to the calls of the clients, because you are selling online. Kama unamuuliza yo unasema nini? That is not it. You're supposed to respond in a very articulate way because you are speaking to a stranger. That person, you don't know them. Even if they are poor, you don't know them. Even if they are rich, you don't know them. So make sure the customer relationship between you and the customer is very okay. I laugh at my friends when they tell me, when I pick customers' calls, I am very different. I will speak a very good language, but when I'm speaking to them, I will speak to them like anyhow. Why? Because when a customer calls, I don't know who is calling my phone. So, hello, how are you doing? How can I help you? But now when you get a call from a client, wewe unamuuliza, unasema nini? Ati uliniona wapi? Facebook, wapi hapo? You are there pushing the client for them to understand, where did I see you? Is it effective for you? Yeah, you meet a new person and then you are like, bari yako? No, go in a very articulate way. Ask them, hi, how are you doing? How can I help? This is my business. You don't speak a lot of Swahili. For you to understand, for them to know that you are an official person. Manze piga, jua kusoma English. Jua English ni important. Tuache kusema si mdomo chetu. Unajua, we usually say, English si mdomo yetu, ni mdomo ya nani? Ya wazungu. So are they not making money more than us? They are. Why? Because they know how they are dealing with their customers. So it is very important for you to understand the customer relationship, or to understand the communication strategies. Understand that. When you understand how to communicate to your clients, everything will be all right. It's okay? Bwana asifiwe. Yeah, because you're doing this in a biblical perspective. Manze mtu asikupigie simu alafu unaanza kumwambia ati unasema ati wewe ni wakayole. No, please be courteous enough to respond to calls. Even if you met your clients on your shop, be proud, always wear a smile. Even if I'm dark, even if my day is doing any iko corrupt aje, you will always see me on a smile. Why? Because the smile is what making me to connect with people. If you're that kind of a stubborn person, wewe unakuwa tu hivi serious ever. Hata usalimiwe mambo poa. You are ever serious, no one will take you serious. Are you getting the point? No one will take you serious unless you are a smiling face. When you go for a job interview, maybe some of us are not meant for self-employment the way we are dressing here. Alafu unaenda ukiulizwa swali, alafu hata usmile, uko na bold face, kaa kitu ingine. So it is very important for you to understand the customer relationship. And it goes across even to the job market place for you to understand. So as we do our businesses and as we run our businesses effectively, let's understand all these things. And another thing, look for partners. Don't walk alone. Don't walk alone on this journey. Do you want to become a great hairdresser? Look for partners who have already managed to be on that place, or who have managed to great achievements than you had. I remember one thing that Moses told me, and I know he doesn't remember. He told me that, Immaculate, you can't move alone. And I was like, by the way, I cannot. And then when I started moving in strategies, when I started moving with people, what happened? I started gaining structures from other people. So it is very important for you to understand that. Then, how is your articulate way? How are you able to articulate with your people? Are you able to manage to connect with people at all areas? Or you're that kind of a person, manze hata watu wakienda network, nikikwambia network na best yako hauwezi. Hata sasa maybe hata ujui neighbor yako. Na ujui kwenye wanaishi. You know totally nothing about your neighbor. Nothing. You're not a good networker. Manze unasemanga mimi si social. Mimi hata mkiniaka mimi si social. But one thing, do you know? What makes you to achieve the greatness that you want to achieve? He is what? He is what? Nataka kusikia kutoka kwenu ni nini? Siwasikii? Networking. Tell your neighbor networking. Ndio nikienda kwa kanisa nawaambia please tell your neighbor receive. Sasa kwa nini niwaambie receive? You want me to tell it to touch your neighbor and tell them umesikia? No, we don't want to do that, okay? So that's the point of why business fail and about business. But that was not my main agenda for me to be standing before you. My main agenda was about digital entrepreneurship. What do you understand about digital entrepreneurship? If someone comes and tells you entrepreneurship, of course we know entrepreneurship. Sindio? Tunajua definition ya entrepreneur ni nani? Mtu mwenye anafanya nini? Siwasikii? Mtu anaanzisha biashara from scratch. Ana innovate kitu from scratch. Who is an entrepreneur? I am an entrepreneur. So who is an entrepreneur? Okay. The understanding that you have. Unaona ile ulisoma business class, hata kama ulisoma agriculture, wewe jua tu hiyo. Wewe jua tu hiyo. Entrepreneur ni huyo mwenye ulifunzwa kuwa primary school. You understand? Unakumbuka teacher wa agriculture akikuja an entrepreneur. Alafu masikizi tunasema teacher wa math. Are we not the same people? We are criticizing our teachers and not telling them appreciation of what they taught us. If kama angekuwa teacher wa math manze ungejua ile mathematics unafanya sahi. But kazi yetu ni kuambia teacher wa math ona tumeenda mbali. Ulisema hapa ni wapi? Si ndio? See, we are saying that. Teacher wa math hapa ni wapi? But without that teacher manze ungejua mathematics. Without that teacher ungejua Pythagoras theorem. Without that mathematics ungejua BODMAS. Ungezisikianga. We don't go to school to do what? We don't go to school to do what? To be genius. But you go to school to get knowledge. The knowledge that you have today is what you are utilizing for you to become a great person. Kama wase wa biashara wangesoma business, where could they be today? Ask yourself that question. Could they do the great businesses that we are doing today? But you are criticizing those teachers back there. Tunamwambia teacher wa business, ona menye ulisema sitaenda mbali, hapa ni wapi? Are we making it fun on social media? So you are making it fun on social media. But what are we doing? Let's look back and appreciate them. I love Grace. She's a good they have alumni groups to go back to in the school and appreciate the teachers, to appreciate the people who are there. Grace is seated there. She works in a great company. They usually do golfing. You will connect with Mr. Victor. He's just near you. So as they do this, they are connecting back to go back to school. Tusiache ku criticize manze walimu wetu. Tuanze kufanya nini? Ku appreciate. Huyo lecturer mwenye anakaa Mdaro anaandika vitu alafu anaenda. That lecturer is important to your life. If they were not them, then you could not be the person that you are today. So as I do digital entrepreneurship, importance of digital entrepreneurship and opportunities in the digital space, there are very many. Maybe you are there and you have never started a business and you want to start a business. It's your chance to at least gain a structure of starting a business. So digital entrepreneurship is doing business in the online platforms. And I've said you don't need a location for you to do what? To start a business. What do you need? You need a structure for you to start a business. So have you built that structure? Are you able to build that structure that is going to be effective enough to touch the hearts of many people in the community? So it is very important for you to understand all these structures are made to empower you and for you to start a digital entrepreneurship. So in a introduction, what is a digital entrepreneurship? Is a method through which we transform our way of companies, the way we do business on a day-to-day basis. We don't want to do business in the way tumekuwa tukijua ati lazima uopen duka ndio uanze biashara, lazima ufanye kitu fulani ndio uanze biashara. No, we don't want to go on that way, which is also good, yeah, because we are paying taxes, but also online we are paying taxes. Ni sawa sawa. So now we are transforming the business to be in the online platforms and us to have an entrepreneur mind of us starting our business from the core way of where we are. So entrepreneurs can use digital tools for them to do what? To start their business. Manze sitaki kuongea peke yangu, si ndio? So entrepreneurs, as they use digital platforms for them to start business, it's very effective for you. So we go to the next slide. It talks about digital entrepreneurship mostly include what? Ina cost cut ile cost yenye iko kwa field. Inatu enable sisi tusifanya nini? Tusikuwe na mambo mingi ya kufanya nini? Ya kulipa rent. Ya kufanya nini? Nini yeye unajua kwa mtaa tunalipanga sana? Yes, ina cost cut all those things. So for us to have effective ways of having digital entrepreneurship is we are trying to discuss the effective way of us making business from the comfort of our homes. Having business from the comfort of our homes. You can run any business from the comfort of your home. So it is for you to understand, what am I called to do? Am I called to do business? Am I called to do this and this and this? So it is very important. So get to learn about digital marketing. Usipuuze digital marketing. Manze tunahitaji. Hakuna business hahitaji digital nini? Digital marketing. So where and learn about digital marketing itakuwa effective. To go to the next slide. So benefits of digital entrepreneurship. What are some of the benefits? One, it's business scalability. You are able to scale your business at any time. So it is very effective for you to do the scaling of the business. So you are able to do good scale up. Okay? Tumeshika hiyo? All right, next. We are able to flexibility, and our freedom is very okay. So we are able to have freedom. We are able to be flexible. You can do your business even at Mombasa. I love Mr. Ken. He has been one of my good trainer in terms of digital marketing. When we met with him, it was through a connection, and he's a good digital specialist as our speaker today. When I met him, the first call that I made from him, it was a very official call. And even today we do official calls with him. And because he's a digital entrepreneur, he's able to do business from anywhere. We're able to do business with him even when akiwa mbali. Na mko namuuliza, Ken uko fiti, unaweza nifanyia training fulani? Ananiambia, ima naweza. So it is giving us freedom for us to do what? To do business from the comfort of our homes. He's a learned man, but he gets to the job like any other man. But before even I speak about flexibility, I would want to speak about humility. Are we humble enough to do things that people have called us to do? Imagine if I could have called Ken and I tell him, please do for me a training. And so, Ima wewe ni nani uniambia kufanyia training? How could I feel? Could I call him for this meeting again? I couldn't. Could I still connect with him? I couldn't. But because of that initiative that I took, I called him, and he was humble enough to respond to my client, to my phone, and we were able to engage from one time to another. That's why even today we are here with him. Another thing, never work for money. Never work for money. Money will work for you. Never work for money. Never have that money mindset. Manze itatumaliza kama youth. Tunaenda kwa job alafu we are not able to articulate ourselves. So it is very important for us to understand how effective are we in regards to the businesses that we are starting. Bwana asifiwe. So it is very important. It is very, very important for us to understand what can we do so that at least we are able to have flexibility in our businesses. So it is very important. Let's go to the next slide. So we are able to access global market. When you're in the online platforms, you're able to access many people. So you're able to access people in South Africa, in Kenya, in anywhere you want to meet people from. So it is very important for you to understand how am I, as a bakery business, you have been given a chance. This is a world. Are you able to market yourself even to the people when you wako huko nje? I remember one of the lady in the ministry today, she was serving in the praise and worship. We started a business with her for cleaning. And we were in the house, nikamwambia, hey Lydia, unajua nini? Tutengeneze kampuni ya cleaning. Alex that you see there, I call him Alex sometimes, and he's James Kagonia. I told him, James, this business needs to be propelled. And we met him with him in a forum for George Oshori, and I told him, hii ni biashara, ukitaka kuua ni sawa, ukitaka kuimaneuver around ni sawa. And he told me, Immaculate, I am okay, I will do the business. So how articulate are you that you're able to get businesses from the comfort of your homes and you're able to access global market? So it is for you to understand it. How can you be able to access the global? Wacha kufikiria manzee mambo ya mtaa. Tuache kufikiria mambo ya mtaa. Haitatusaidia. Are we getting the point? Mambo ya mtaa ni mzuri, mambo ya kumarket vitu za Githurai ni mzuri, mambo ya kuangalia market ya nini ya Gikomba ni mzuri. But how effective are we that we're able to serve people in Nakuru, in Naivasha, in Kenya, in all the countries? How effective are we that hizo vya tunauza Gikomba saa hizi zinaweza kuwa zikivaliwa na mtu wako South Africa leo? How articulate are we enough that these products that we are selling, even if it is baking, you're able to serve people even in South Africa or in even different countries? There's a lady online, she reached out to me, she's selling chapatis. Anapikanga chapati mzuri. And just the other day she called me akaniambia, Immaculate, I'm importing my chapati. I was like, Ati, I am importing my chapati to US. Do you know how much dollars was she paid? And she was only doing the online marketing. She cooks chapati, hiyo chapati unasemanga home utaki kupika hiyo. She packaged them well, akaziweka kwa deep freezer, zika freeze. Akazipackage vizuri, akazisend, na zikaenda majuu. Chapati. Kuna chali nilipatana na yeye, tulikuwa kwa forum nyingine inaitwa MRM. It's a global, it's a market for, it's a mentorship program. Anapika buns. That guy akakuja kaniambia, Ima, I have an idea of baking buns. Nikamuuliza, oh, okay. So where do you bake them? From my home's place, from my mama's place. Mom, akona oven. Nikamwambia, hata uko na privilege enough because you are able to use your parents' products or your parents' facility. So I told him, go and do this. Enda chukua picha za hizo products unapika, alafu anza kumarket. Trust me, that guy today, he sells buns all over the country today. Even if I order today, he's able to have a network. He has been able to build structures that even if I order today, delivery itakuja. And that is what I told him. I love empowering people to see businesses that are running. There's another person I met and it was effective enough. She's one of my friends. Anasema that it is very effective for you to do business even from the comfort of your home. So alianza biashara ya kupika Italian food, akaanza biashara ya kutengeneza nini, kupika Chinese food. Please Purity, come and pick this phone. Akaanza food nini ya kutengeneza food from anywhere. So this lady anatengeneza food akiwa kwa nyumba. So anapika na anaweza kudeliver. Anapikanga chakula ya Italian na she is able to serve Italians who are living in Kenya today. Anapika chakula ya Chinese and she is able to serve people in the country who are Chinese today. So it is for you to identify what is it that I'm able to do from the comfort of my home. Is that baking? Do it perfectly well. Is it that cooking? Do it perfect. Is it photography? There's a lady I met in Zequat the other day and she has been calling to inquire how can I do business. I told her, you have even audience. Hata upasi kuniuliza ati nitatoa wapi pesa. You have audience, you have a camera. What else do you want? Ananiambia ati ho nahitaji pesa. No. You go and ni book nani kwa forum ya na muambia Ima niko na forum next week. Sasa nakuhitaji kama photographer. Or maybe in the school deans. Go and market yourself there. Anza kupiga hawa wasichana wako shule picha. Today she called, I think yesterday she called me and she told me that week I have made 5,000. I told her, aje sasa. Akaniambia, imagine nilifanya ile strategy iliniambia, nikamwambia yes, next week you'll make more. I met a kibanda mama in Machakos and I asked her, how many years have you been into kibanda business? Akaniambia for 6 years. Namuuliza 6 years? Ati anakatakata boga. And I asked her, how effective are you that you're able to supply boga to the institutions that are within? Akaniambia mimi hata sijui biashara venye nafanya. Nikamwambia fanya hivi, go and register your business to the county government. Akaenda akafanya registration. Nikamwambia go to the schools that are near you. Anza kuambia utakuwa ukiwa supplier nini kales sukuma wiki. Akaenda akapata gigi ya kwanza. Do you know how much she supplies in a school? 30,000 in one school. Na ni boga sukuma. So she was able to come out from the mindset ile dogo ya kukatakata boga kwa kijiji. Now she is serving the institutions and the campus. And even the company na zile hoteli ziko within Machakos. Today, she earns $500,000 in a month. I went to Kisumu. There's a lady who was selling clothes online. She met me online. She was not selling online. She met me online when I was selling clothes back then in 2020. So when she met me, we engaged, and then she started selling mitumba clothes, nini nini. Right now she's selling duvet na curtains kwa nyumba. She makes 500,000 in a month without moving out of her house. Anatumana gikomba zinaletwa, anaziuza TikTok live. Anaziuza Facebook live, and she's able to sell massively. So what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for drums? Ama tunagoja Yesu apige firimbi ndio akuje? Are we waiting for that? We are not. Sindio? So we need to start our business as fast as possible. I would want to meet you next time when your businesses have started. So it is very effective. Ni sawa sawa. Then let's go to the next slide. Innovative business models. You're able to have innovative business way of doing business. Okay? So you're able to innovate things. You're able to have a scalability mindset where you are able to start up your business, unazi build up, you build structures, you do all those things. So it is very important for you to do innovative business models. Let's go to the next. Adaptability. You are able to adapt from anywhere. All right? So it is very effective for you to have an adaptability way of adapting to the business. Okay? The next one. Then set realistic goals. You're able to set realistic goals for your business when you have a online business. Then next. Then you don't stop learning. You learn every day. You find that you are learning on every day. I don't want to feed you a lot. I think it's the end. Okay, we engage in meaningful networking. Make sure that you engage in meaningful networking. I think I've talked a lot. Then we monitor, you're able to monitor your expenses because you're doing online business. And then we want to just discuss a bit about opportunities in the digital space. But before that, I would want us to have a breaker. Tusikue tumejifeed sana, sindio? So we'll have a break of like 15 minutes and then we come back for the opportunities and then you're able to catch up from there. All right, you can just take water from there and you're able to continue from there. So thank you so much for taking time and listening to me. You are really appreciated. Asanteni sana.